Hello and welcome back to Pulsar Games. We're at the local premiere event for Rise of the Duelist. It's very exciting. Obviously in this trying times it's taken appropriate measures to do that, and so today I've got a premiere pack opening and to give you an idea on deck building. So I'm going to show you how I do it, like how I separate cards and how I figure out a good deck to build. It is obviously a sealed event, so it's a once every couple of months event, but it gives you an idea and you can utilise it in building normal decks as well. So we're going to get started on the first pack. So Thunderhand, Red Patan, Melfi Mummy, Melfi Fenny, Infinoble Knight Emperor Charles. I'm not too sure if this guy's pretty good. That's awesome. So we'll put all the extra deck cards over here, all the main deck monsters here, all the spells here, and the traps here. And on to the second pack. See what we get. Dogmatica Nexus, Galloping Gaia, Duel Warrior Vespernato, Thunderhand, Revenge Rally. That sounds like it could be good. Not too sure. Dice, Melfi Hide and Seek, Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow, and Junk Sleep. So again, we're just going to separate the cards up. This will help for deck building later on. And on to the third pack. So we've got Dogmatica Theo the Iron Punch, Machina Resavenger, Indulge Dark Lord, Melfi Rabbi, Infinoble Knight Oliver, Infinoble Arms Porticlair, Dogmatica Encounter, Dark Lord Uprising, and an Ancient Warriors Saga. And 2 packs left. So far we've got 1 Ultra, 2 Supers. There's still hope yet. We can pull something spicy. Dark Lord Nergal, Dogmatica Theo again, Fluffle Dolphin, Melfi Mummy again, Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. I believe this is one of the Starlights, which is pretty cool. But it's only in Super at the moment, but that's fine. Another Ancient Warriors, Continuous Spell, DD Evil, Melfi Playhouse, and Junk Sleep. And on to the last pack. Here we go. This is where we pull it. Do we get the Starlight Rare? Not at this time. So, fight for a Cruel Whale, Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon. Interesting, I thought. It's already got a release. Must have been a pre-release. Drill Driver, Vespernato again, Astolfo, Reptime, Reviver, Emit. This looks like it might have potential. Spiral Discharge, Dice again, and Fight for a Jar. And then a Benjamin card. So usually when building a deck, you want to start with the monsters, as obviously it's going to be the core of your deck. So you want to separate them into everything that's level 4 or lower. So move these out here. We're going to separate into level 4 lowers and everything that's over level 4. Cool. And then at this point we're going to read our big cards because they're either going to be useful or they're going to be really bad. So we're going to read it. If this card is normal special summon, you can add 1 spell trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the card Gaia the Dragon Champion in its effects. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can Gaia the Dragon Champion from your monster zone, negate the effective face monster your opponent currently controls less than or equal to it until the end of the turn. So that's probably not going to be useful, as I'm pretty sure. Have a quick look, there's no Gaia cards. Oh, there's Galloping Gaia actually. And this card, it adds the list Gaia the Dragon Champion in its card text, which this card does. So we've already found possible cards we can use together. We can read those later on once we've got a base for our deck. We'll have a quick look through the traps to see if there's any Gaia traps. It doesn't appear so. So now continuing with the other big monsters, we'll see if they can be used. So this is just a level 8 Fairy, Dark Fairy, if your opponent wants to attack with so it's a Piercer. You pay 1,000, target download spell, just normal stuff. Yep, okay, so it's just a 2/7 2 tribute Piercer. So it's probably going to be useful just to get in the digs in later on. And then Dogmatica Nexus, so kind of an alternate spec, just from special like effects. You can target 4 Fusion Synchro, Xyz, and or Link monsters in the graveyard, special summon this card from hand, if you do, banish them. So in the sneak peek, that's probably not going to be useful. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles, special summon monster, destroy all your opponent's tap such monsters, and they put 800 damage to your opponent for each of the extra deck destroyed by this effect. So that's definitely not going to be useful because the chance of getting a lot of extra deck monsters in the grave in Sneak Peek is going to be very low. So we don't need to worry too much about that. So we've got a card we will play, a couple of maybes, and now we're going to work on the rest of the main deck. So we're just going to separate them quickly into types, and any doubles we can use as well. So let's get our Dogmatica. So there's our Infant Nobles. So they can work together. We've got Thunder Hands. Hands are always cool. Those Melty cards will work together. We've got 2 of these, I remember that. And then this was a card I thought might be useful, so we're going to have a read. If this card's in your hand or graveyard, that's already pretty good. Tag one face-up monster on each field, change them to face-down defense position. And if you do special on this card, we'll banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, so that's Cyber Dragon. Yeah, so you do need a monster on both sides of the field to summon it. However, it can be a good extender, tribute fodder. It's also a tuner, so you know, for all those synchro monsters we have. Oh, we might actually be able to make this guy. That'd be pretty cool. So what is it? It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a level 9. So we need. We've got experience making a level 9, so we're good. So I think this is good for the deck. Let's have a look at the rest of what we've got. So we're going to go through the archetypes that we've got. So we're going to check out the hands, because hands have always been pretty good in the past. So if I face up monster you control with 1600 with attack and defense is destroyed by battle, you put this card effects into the graveyard while this card is in your hand or grave, especially this card. You banish it when it leaves the field, and if you do, destroy one card from control. Okay, this card is insane. In Sneak Peek, it's actually insane, especially because you can trigger off its well, not itself, but if you have one in grave and one on field, you can then, this will die, trigger this will die, trigger that popper card, and that's broken. Oh yeah, easy. Let's see, we'll look at the Dogmatica card. So we do have a Dogmatica Encounter, which is one of the traps. You can special summon one from your hand, or you can add to your hand or special summon a Dogmatica monster from your graveyard. So that's got potential. It doesn't work with this because it has a summon restriction, and this doesn't ignore the summon restriction. So you can read the Iron Punch and see what it says. So I don't know if you can see that. Cannot be destroyed with battle with a monster special summon from the extra deck. You can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. If a monster special summon from the extra deck is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can target one face-up monster on the field that was special summon from the extra deck until the end phase. This card gains 600, and if it does target monster, lose 600. Okay, so it's 1800 level 4, which is already a plus. You can special summon it if they have an extra deck monster, which they have a chance to. So this is definitely good. Even without any extenders like this card, it's just a really strong card on its own. Let's see what we got. So this is level 4, 2000 attack, so it's obviously insane. Can't attack unless you control another DD monster. During your opponent's main phase, you can target one face pendulums on monster your opponent controls, and negate that face monster effects at the end of this turn. All our scales are level 8, so we're not going to be pendulum summoning. So we're probably not going to be able to play these because you need 2 of them to actually work. So we'll put those into the dud pile, which is all the way over here. Let's have a look at this one. Against attack and defensive and combined original attack and defensive all perform bonus you control. So again, it only works with itself, so it's probably a dud. It might come in later as fodder to build the deck if we need to meet the minimum restriction of 20 cards. So let's check out the Infant Noble Knights. So we'll start with a Stolper. You can banish one fire warrior monster from the grave, switching this card from your hand, so it's an extender. Is it fire? Yeah, fire warrior. So we do have one other, which is also fine. Just checking all the rest of the cards. Yep. So we've only got the 2 cards, but you know, if we get this, then this is fine. Then you can make this card level become the level of that banished monster, so it can become 4. Press this card from your graveyard, special summon this banished card during your second standby phase. After this effect activation, then you can special summon one of your fire warriors that is banished from your graveyard. You can only use that effect once per duel. Okay, so these are insane. I don't even need to read this card for it to go in because of how strong this card is. While this card is an equipped card, your opponent cannot target the equipped monster with card effects. You can only use the full effects of this card once per turn. You summon fire monster from equipped spell from your hand, or face one to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand as a monster. If the card is in your graveyard, you can target one fire warrior. You control equip this card to that monster you control. Okay, yeah, they're really useful. They'll go in. So let's have a look at the Melfies. So 2-1 defense, that's usually just going to be good to sit there until you contribute something, so that's fine. You should probably have more special the monster except doing the damage step, or if your opponent's monster target this card for an attack. You can turn this card to the hand, make a special summon a beast monster from your hand, except no effect. During your own phase, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. So if you go first, you normal summon. And then if they normal summon, you return this to the hand. And then yeah. And then you can special summon this from your hand, and then in phase, special summon this back. It does require both, but because this is 2-1 defense, I might as well play it, and then I might as well play some sort of synergy with it, so there's that. So let's have a look at the deck so far. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so about half the deck so far, and still some more options. So now I think I'm going to have a quick look at the attacks. So 1600 is big, and obviously it works with the hands. Another 1600, so I'm going to have a quick read to see if they actually have an effect that stops us using them. They might do. You can target one type in your graveyard, irrelevant. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a fusion material, oh, we do have a fright for you can shuffle it. You can shuffle into the deck one of your fusion spells or polymerization spells like Spanish from your graveyard. Okay, so it's just 1600, and yeah, and you can shuffle something in. I'm pretty sure we do not have a fusion. No, we do not have a fusion spell. So, but it is 1600, so we will play it. Let's have a look. This is 1600. Discard normal special summon. You can see 2 dark monsters from hand or deck with different levels, except discard special summon one of them to your opponent's side of the field in defense position and add the other to your hand. Also, you can't activate monster effects for the rest of the turn except fairy monsters. Okay, so we decided to play the other dark lord because it was big. Dark lord, specifically monsters, so the effects won't come in handy because we only have one of a dark lord, but it's a monster, so it's fine. Quick read the last 2 monsters. Break a town. You can target one Patan monster you control, treat it as a tune until the end of the next turn. If the monster is super summoned where you control this monster, you can summon one Patan monster from your deck. Since you only one, it's probably not going to be useful. Quick effects. You can send this card from your hand or field to the grave and target one Machina monster you control. Gains 1200 attack at the end of the turn, but you only have one. When your Machina monster shot monster by battle while this guy's in your graveyard, you can add this guy to your hand. Okay, so if we would have had multiple Machinas, it would have been quite good, but again, we don't. But that's okay. Now onto the spells. So we're going to so we've got 3 of those, 2 dice, 1 of those, and 1 Melfi hide and seek. So we'll start with the Melfi card. The first time each beast monster you control will be destroyed by a card effect each turn, it's not destroyed. You can target 3 beast monsters in your graveyard with different names, shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we don't have any other beasts, just the 2 Melfis. Yeah, so probably won't get that effect. So we don't really need to play this card, it's just dead weight. I've looked at dice, since this looks generic. Roll to the side die, and if you roll a 1 or a 6, add 1 card from your deck to your hand that requires a die roll. If you roll a number other than 1 or 6, roll it again, and apply the appropriate effects. 1 or 6, return this card to the hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, place this card to play the deck. If there's any other cards that require dice rolls, that can be quite good. So we'll have a quick look. We don't need that card. Easy. So deck building's coming to a close, so I'm just going to make a quick 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so I just need 8 cards as well. So we'll put this in as well, 5 and stuff, field spells, 9. So that's pretty good. Do we play any Duelist Premiere? Yep.
You'll be taking your chair with you the whole day. Give to something like clean.
Jump to sleep.
Walker versus Terry. Cameron versus Robert. And Gil versus
probably not going to be too useful.
Pick someone.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
So if Ben's like a fixed table, then I get to say where the fuck is your pass.
Okay, cool. So we're at 16, so we need another 4 cards. So I'm going to have a quick read of this. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
You're going to move on. And I'm telling you, the administrative 5 over the table.
It's 19.
What I think is
So we've settled on our 20 card deck. We've had to use a few not so good cards as the filler, but that usually happens. Ideally, if you have the option, you want to play around 23, 24 because deck out does happen quite a lot, especially if there's stall cards. So we don't really have a game plan. The game plan is just going to be summon level 4 attack monsters that can kill, tribute summon, attack the game. That's all we've got. That is the game plan. Clear boards with the hands and then attack with big guys.
Okay, which means...
And I guess if we summon an extra deck card, that's always pretty cool. So, going into round 1, and I'll have a... yeah, I'll see you soon.